can genuinely say we are doing the Bass Reeves story at a scale that is mind-blowing.
The scope of this production has been just awe-inspiring for me.
It's so great, man. It's the story of the American West, told in a very real way.
It's breathtakingly brilliant.
Here we go.
Whether it's the hair, the makeup, the script itself, the most rewarding element is watching hundreds of people come together from a place of passion, so desirous to get the story right.
The production design on the show is absolutely breathtaking.
It's an epic show. It's a show about an incredible time period in our history.
It was really cool from the sets to the costumes. It wouldn't have felt as authentic without it.
The audience has a connection. They feel something's going on. You're living in it. It feels so real.
You will follow me, and you will fire.
We're tasked with filling the frame with all of this gorgeousness of all these different cultures. There was Native Americans with African Americans, with Chinese, with white. Every culture was amongst each other.
They were all thrust together in the idea of the melting pot that America likes to hang its hat on. And it was a really unique time in the country for that.
Black, white, or red, we all just men.
Let's go to our in-watching positions.
They really go all out to make it as authentic as they can.
We have a Civil War consultant, we have a Native American consultant, we have different people that are experts in the field.
Start right here.
The representation in this show of American Indians is so vital and important. Taylor Sheridan and the folks at 101 Studios are very supportive that we get everything accurate.
We did a lot of research into the actual towns that we shot in, Fort Smith, Fort Worth.
They are able to literally take a photograph from the 1800s and make it real right now. The set that we're in right now, the Reeves farmhouse, this didn't exist before this show.
This is a house that Bass Reeves would have built for his family. When we first see it, it's very, very simple. And then as the story progresses, Bass begins to make more money. The look of the interior begins to change.
Look at this set. It's wonderful to work in.
You walk onto a set like this, and you're immediately transported back in time.
The sets are really, really cool. They're just sprawling.
Dundee Carnival, Saturday and Sunday.
Fort Smith was the epicenter of commerce in this region at that time.
There's tons of photos of the period, so we were able to recreate storefronts that probably have never been seen before. Every can, every flour bag, every box has some sort of history to it. There's not an inch of these towns that's not covered with something that would have been there. The courthouse was an interesting one. Judge Parker was known as the hanging judge, so he had a reputation for being a man of very little leniency. If you were a criminal, you were going to pay for it. In his office, we definitely tried to offer a lot of that personality to it. It's very strong, it's very robust, just like the man was himself.
Hell on the Border was a dank basement beneath the courthouse.
It was a place where the worst of the worst were put. It wasn't a place where human rights were thought of. You got stuck in a hole in a literal hell.
I filled it with all these sort of dramatic shapes, creating a very unusual jail.
We wanted to feel as grimy and as down as possible, and I think we achieved that.
They searched high and low, like all over the world, to populate the spaces that our characters find ourselves living in, to make it feel like a lived-in space.
It was definitely a challenge making all this stuff, which is effectively 100 years old, if not more, look brand new again. You know, this is a world where, even though it is a period piece, this stuff was brand new to these people.
The scale of the show is massive. We have 15,000 pieces of clothing. If you see my shop here, you'll see every corner of the shop has research. The more we see it, the more we just get completely engulfed by this world. And that's when the magic happens.
You first walk into the wardrobe warehouse and you're just in awe of what they've tailored. The hats they build, the boots they build, the entire costume they build with period fabrics, and everything is so specific. It's been incredible.
And let's cut. Let's go again. Going again.
It's mind-blowing just to see and meet so many good people, talented people, smart people, noble people, really just wanting to do the best they can to put this story together and doing it so beautifully.
Whether it's costumes or production design or our animal team sourcing period-appropriate saddles, the textures, the materials that we're using, there's been so much effort that's gone into this.
It was important for us to really make the show feel epic, and I think we have achieved that, and it's what is deserving of the legacy of Bass Reeves.